Hello, my name is George Hernandez, and this is my presentation on mariachi music in the United States. We'll go over points such as a brief origin on mariachi music, uh, important characters in the mariachi music scene, and we'll also go over how it eventually got implemented into the high school music system here in the US. So I hope you enjoy. So, to start off, let's cover a brief origin on mariachi music. Mariachi music makes its way into Jalisco, Mexico during the 19th century. A few groups brought the rural folk music to Mexico City, where it eventually caught on. So, when it comes to mariachi, there's no like definite origin on like how it sprung. Like we can't say like this person and this person created the first mariachi song, and that's where mariachi started. Like it's kind of hard because it started out as a very rural kind of like it was a very outside thing until it was incorporated into the more of the Mexico life when it was brought into Mexico City and people decided that they were like, oh, this is something that we really like. But before that, it was just kind of like very rural, very to itself. It just wasn't as popular until it got to Mexico City and exploded the way that it did. Um, at the time, the ensembles was at its early stages. Mariachi groups of that time probably consisted of about 2 to 6 members. It still had a lot of growing to do, but it was in the right setting for it. So, like I said, mariachi was very accepted in Mexico City at the time, and well, with the growing audience, of course, the music itself was going to grow, and it was only a matter of time until it spread into other parts of Mexico and maybe even the U.S. With the growth of mariachi in Mexico City, it was only a matter of time until it was going to hit the U.S. Mariachi hits the U.S. by the 1940s. Many groups were beginning to immigrate or form in the LA area. A lot of mariachi influence was beginning to build in California, specifically Los Angeles. Being so close to the border, it was an easy way for many people to find opportunities in the U.S. But because of this huge wave, it was unclear when the first mariachi ensemble performed in the U.S. But there was one that would gain a lot of notoriety during this time. Fast forward a bit, and we get our first recognized mariachi in the U.S. Natividad Naticano founded Los Camperos in 1861. From their debut to the present, Los Camperos have won many awards and make various appearances at music festivals and ceremonies. The next pivotal recognition mariachi got was at UCLA in Los Angeles. The Mariachi Yucatlan, the first student mariachi established at the collegiate level. These two events were important because they would go on to promote the mariachi wave to the national level, leading to implementations at the high school level. So in my opinion, I find these two events to be pivotal in the mariachi scene because this was when mariachi was starting to form here in the U.S. and well, the U.S. being the country that it is, as opportunistic as it is, there's chances for things like this to grow and to get mariachi in here and to get it involved with the kind of community that the U.S. is, it has a lot of chances to grow and it's a very exciting thing to be a part of. With all the excitement surrounding mariachi and the movement, it was only a matter of time until people were going to start implementing it into the education system, as much as they can. With that being said, mariachi music in high school. The first high school mariachi was established in 1982 in La Jolla, Texas. Right after California, the next state to be invaded by the mariachi wave was Texas. San Antonio was a central hub for mariachi in Texas. Due to the strong influence in San Antonio, it was only a matter of time till it began to branch out to the rest of the state and the nation. So I feel like Texas being the kind of state that it is, something like mariachi, it's already very Hispanic and Latin driven here in Texas, and it's only getting more and more every day. So to start incorporating mariachi into that kind of culture, of course we're gonna take advantage of it and we're gonna grow on it as much as we can. Like it's our culture, it's our roots. So I feel like Texas and San Antonio was a great hub, and I feel like that was a great pivotal moment for it to just branch out to the rest of the nation, in my opinion. So, mariachi today. Mariachi is now played all over the world due to the influence it carried. There are now hundreds of schools across the nation with mariachi programs and various competitions and festivals for them to perform at. It's something that the nation learned to appreciate, and it will continue growing as long as there are students who want it. This was my presentation on mariachi music in the United States and how it eventually got into the public school system. Thank you so much and have a good rest of your day.